Hi, and welcome back to Steelfist Keep. Hi, everybody. As we left last, sorry, as we left last time, I believe there was an arena tournament, and Bob was victorious. No, Puppet Master was. No, Bob was victorious, right?
Yes, Bob won.
Okay,
Barely.
Bob
He won.
won. Good job, Bob Narihito. Went shopping. Did a shopping montage. Went to Sparkletown and got a fortune told. Wrapped up the day, and I believe the magic PA system went off telling you that the fair was closed for the day and they were escorting people out. Not in a bad way, but just making sure the last minute purchases were done. Everybody had their receipts and they got out. So, are you going to leave the fair?
I heard there was some illegal dueling somewhere.
So you don't leave the fair?
Hang on, I may make noise in just a second.
Is the illegal dueling in the fair or outside of the fair in the camps?
I thought it was outside of the fair, but not necessarily in the camps.
I thought it was outside of the fair also. Is there any benefit to hiding and remaining in the fair?
I thought it was outside the fair too.
Yeah, I think we should just go outside.
Okay, so you're heading back towards your campgrounds, I guess?
Yeah, with our new stripper pole.
Wagon with a stripper pole. You guys are well fed from the poturkey and the arena food.
Yeah, the magic hamburgers.
You're currently at full hit points and at full spell slots, I believe. The dark starts to come in as it's dusk. You have not seen a sky since you've been here. People are in good moods because they were at the fair all day, and you see some kids with face painting on, and all the kids wave at you and run away as they're very shy. And you make your way back to the stripper cart. Do you want me to keep going, or do you want to do anything?
FYI, just because there's a pole doesn't mean it's a stripper pole. It's
Pretty sure that's what we established last session, that it was a stripper
could just
pole.
be a pole dancing pole. I know people who pole dance who aren't strippers.
So do you.
But I think that the name was used last time as stripper pole. Are you trying to rename the pole?
But did anyone remove their clothes on it, is the question.
I think that it was Taviana or Nala that was there.
Yeah, Taviana's the only one who has used it.
But she didn't take her clothes off. She said she was practicing dance moves.
Yeah.
Y'all just wish she was stripping. Okay, don't be playing. She's a sensuous, graceful elf woman who don't need no man.
You get back to the cart and the tent, and seems untouched as far as you can tell.
That sounds ominous.
It does.
Remind me to start casting alarm before we leave things we care about.
I'd like to check the harnesses of the horses and just make sure that they're okay.
Are the horses harnessed right now?
The ones that were pulling the cart are.
I don't believe you
attached to
ever
the cart.
unharnessed them.
That seems
Did not.
mean. We just left them here all day, harnessed to the cart.
And tied up to a not stripper pole or a log
That's
or
really
something.
mean.
They weren't they harnessed to an overturned cart with a dead guy next to him?
No,
No, those horses were dead.
these
Oh,
horses,
you're
as
right,
you
you're
remember, were almost pulled into a bog, and you rescued them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
These
I
horses
remember
have-
now.
And then we bought a couple. I feel like we should let them do their thing and graze unharnessed.
At the end, there's a hitching post at each campground, and right by it is a little feeding trough, but there's no food in it
Oh, why?
because you haven't put any food in it.
They don't provide food at campgrounds.
Where's my tent? Where's the
It's
hamburgers
refrigerated.
and hot dogs?
Look, this is fantasy land.
I would like-
Okay.
I would like to feed my horse a poturkey and see what happens.
Oh God.
I haven't gotten my dice out yet. This isn't good.
Oh my
sign
god, it's
for
gonna
me.
transform.
Worst case scenario, acidic vomit.
I would like to find a place nearby to purchase hay and
I'm thinking
carrots
that's
and
best
apples.
case scenario, Britt.
Oh no, I don't even need to purchase carrots because we have so fucking many. I'm gonna give them carrots.
You have carrots? How many carrots do you have?
And potatoes.
And potatoes. Oh,
Were
actually,
there
we don't have potatoes anymore because we sold those, but we did have carrots.
were there bags of carrots or were there just carrots?
I think it was just some loose carrots. I don't think we found like bulk carrots.
First things first, Naruhito, you find the horses to be securely fastened, ready for travel, tightly fastened and not comfortable at all, just a horse fastened. What was the next thing? You wanted to feed them carrots. Oh,
No.
somebody wanted to feed a poturkey.
Yes.
Do you have extra poturkey, or did you eat it all?
I'll definitely have extra poturkey.
Why didn't you eat it all?
Because sometimes when you're a ranger, you save poturkey for later.
Damn it.
Whom did we lose?
I'm assuming Brittany.
Yes. I'll wait till she gets back since she's the one with the poturkey.
Yes.
Her saying shit was totally lip readable.
Just to let you know what the horse rolled, it rolled a 20.
Crap, now Ix is speaking in
what?
tongues.
What was the horse rolling on?
Enjoying the poturkey. Is she just going to work type for the rest of the day, or is she coming back in to use the word speak?
She said Discord's being a punk, so I assume she's trying to get in and it's being difficult.
I need to know if she's feeding both horses or an individual horse.
I believe it was
Think
just
both.
her individual horse.
Oh, okay. That's really mean.
I will ask using the type speak. Well, Brittany says just her horse, and as she feeds the poturkey to the horse's eyes actually lighten up and nuzzle up against Brittany's character and loves her very much.
Does the other horse
Alright.
get mad?
Can the horse get mad? Yes.
The other one.
It looks jealous.
I
It's going.
bet.
Yeah, I did a face and I held push to talk.
Good, I'm glad I was able to hear that wobble. Do they like carrots?
Do you want to try to feed your horse a carrot?
Yeah. I would like to give all the horses carrots.
They love you just as much as the poturkey. Apparently, I guess they haven't been fed all day or since yesterday, and they were really hungry. and it also credited its enjoyment of the carrots. And it just keeps eating carrots. You keep feeding, and they just keep eating carrots.
Excellent. I would also like to find a place nearby to buy hay to put in the trough.
Okay, there's a guy yelling, "Hey!"
And oats.
That does not indicate anything to me. I ignore the heckling.
You can roll an investigation check or investigation.
All the rides in the car with Wade when we've passed hay have trained that out of you, huh?
Yeah, not you though.
It's always funny.
No, not me, apparently.
Funny every time.
Every fucking time.
You look across the way, like you see where the peddlers are all coming out and staying at their tents. They don't have their carts anymore, just tents. But just before that, closer to you, there's a guy over there with hay and oats and kibble for horses.
Excellent. I would like to purchase all 3 of those things.
Okay. He goes, "Hey, here's some oats and some kibble and hay."
The look on
And-
Jess's face is priceless.
Thank you.
He says, 3 gold.
Okay.
It'll be 3 gold per day if you want to get it for every day of the fair, or you can just come back and get, more tomorrow.
I'll just be back.
Okay. Hey, thanks.
Acceptable.
Hey, Bellicose, can you just kill him?
I am
Whoa,
not in
whoa, whoa! He's just a dealer of hay and oats, man. That's a little harsh.
thirst.
Hey, that's coming down a little hard on the hay guy. Hey.
I am not an assassin. That is not what I do.
But puns are illegal.
No, they are not.
Yeah, so I kept saying they should be illegal for so long that now they must be illegal.
No, they're definitely not illegal.
Does your mask in any way show that it has the way to set rules or laws in this land?
Well, yeah, it's a hunter mask. It looks like a wolf.
So not a politician's mask or
No,
a judge mask.
it eats people's faces off.
No,
I just envision a politician's mask being like two masks on one on each side.
A two-face.
Only 2?
there's another one on the back.
Just
Voldemort
a
style.
whole bunch of faces all the way around. I can hear everything you hear.
Puns are not illegal. It's just that I generally expect better.
But that one's always funny. Hey, not the pun that just came out. It looks like she's back. Oh, it just looks like she's online. My bad. Now it looks like she's back.
Yes. Discord finally connected.
You-
Yay!
Yay.
You missed that you fed your horse a potarchy. The horse's enjoyment roll was a critical success and loved it so much it was nuzzling up against you and it gave you some love.
Oh, good. Hearing Jess laugh, I thought maybe something terrible was happening.
No, she fed the rest of the horses carrots and got the same roll, and they love her now.
They love everyone.
There's only enough room for one, Jess. The
Oh
important
my
is
God.
that that's how love works.
No, it is not.
You hear general revelment around. Is that a word? Revelry,
Revelry. Sure.
revoltation. Revoltations are going on.
Revolutions?
Revoltation sounds like not good.
People are seem to be in good spirits. Your next door neighbor girl comes to the property line of the campground and just sits there and looks at you.
I'm assuming this is the child that gave you the toy.
I gave her a toy. I gave her a toy.
No, this was not. That wasn't the girl from next door. That was just another girl, wasn't it?
No, I gave out 2 toys. I think. Multiple toys. I gave out several toys. The first one was to this girl, though.
You had a plushie cannon when you did a puppet show?
I gave her a little dragon hand puppet.
She plays with them.
So about that
And once
dueling.
again, I'm doing a hand thing and not saying anything and keeping my push to talk in.
Yep.
You're welcome. If you'd like to look for the illegal fighting, you can roll an investigation.
Woo!
Can't seem to find anything going on.
But with my premier investigation skills and how I can sniff out criminals and crime, I know.
Oh, you rolled it too. Yeah. It's about 20 feet from you, just towards the trees.
Kaz, do you want to go?
There's a big sign that says illegal fighting. It's got two
With
torches
neon blinking.
Wouldn't we
I
be
find
able to
that
hear the
highly
fighting from
unlikely.
20
Loud
feet
music
away?
playing.
I think that's a critical fail, not an 8. But
Yeah.
You see a path where some fighter people are going. There wasn't a sign. I mean, you wouldn't have a sign saying illegal fighting. That's just dumb. But yeah,
It's
you
just
see
how
where
it
some people
feels
seem to be going.
Casimir.
Yeah.
It's not super late, right? Like if we go do a thing, I can come back and do a puppet show for the kids, and they'll probably still be awake.
It's yeah, I'd say it's probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
It'll get dark around 8:30 or 9.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, let's go do that.
You gotta go down the path like where everybody else is. Okay, you do.
As,
Who's going? Is everybody going?
I know X and I are. Are you?
I'll go with just for funsies.
Tavi?
Have
the
we on it?
lawful good creature is going to go with all of us miscreants to the illegal fighting ring.
Well, I didn't say I was going to fight.
What could possibly go wrong? I didn't say you were going to fight either. I said you're going with us.
Is Taviana going?
I'm going to stay at camp.
All right.
Okay.
As we head out, I'm going to wave at the little girl and tell her there will be a show later.
Oh, that's great. I'll get my friends. What time?
Let's say 8.
I'll just go get them now and we'll wait.
Great. Enjoy
Great.
that, Tavi.
I'm so glad I stayed at camp.
She runs away as you guys make it down the trail. She runs away and you hear her screaming, "Dragon, dragon, dragon, dragon!" And other kids are replying. And after about 10 minutes, there's about 40 kids sitting
Jesus.
on her property line staring at you, Tavi. Okay, and then meanwhile, you're going down the trail. You see a cleared space where there's no chairs. It's just people standing in a circle and just people betting money against each other. And there's some sub bets out in the crowds for who they think are going to win. There's like nobody in charge here.
Awesome. I want to nudge Naruhito and say, if I give you money, will you place bet for me?
Sure.
I see you stick very close to the lawful part.
Well, it's not my money I'm betting, so
It's still illegal.
That works. So if you were selling drugs, but they weren't your drugs and they weren't for you, you could just be like, "Officer, no."
hey, this is Fantasyland. I can do what I want.
you specifically call them illegal fighting, and you are lawful good. So whatever makes you feel good about being you.
Anyway, yeah, cool. Is there a bookie anywhere that can give us odds or?
There's a guy over there in a green suit that is taking wagers. You see in the middle of the ring right now 2 people fighting, and they're using weapons.
Does he look like Badger?
Except for the hat. But yes, it's
Aw.
green. This vest. He's got a white shirt on. His hat isn't a bowler; it's a top hat.
Mm.
Is his mask green for money?
It has dice and cards. Dice on one side, cards on the other.
Nice.
It's a gambler's mask.
I would like to go ahead and summon my battle axe and just carry it like across my shoulder.
You're able to do that.
And go up to him and ask what the odds are tonight.
On these 2 fighting, one's a Goliath and one's a gnome. And the odds on the gnome are low. They're favorable for the Goliath. You can get 3 to 1 on the Goliath and 1 to 3 on the gnome. So since we don't gamble, I'm going to say that means that if you bet $3, you would get back $4 if you bet on the gnome. But if you bet $3 on the Goliath, you would get back $9.
That seems backwards.
The Goliath is favored to win 3 to 1. The gnome is not favored to win 1 to 3.
Right, but it wouldn't. So
Oh, yeah,
wouldn't
you're
it be
right.
$4
Yeah,
on the
yeah, you're
Goliath,
right.
and okay.
You're right.
Cool.
You're absolutely right. Those are backwards numbers. He's not a very good gambler. He loses a lot of money.
What does someone have to do to get in this fight?
Just whoever wants to go in next goes in.
If I were to go next, what would my odds be?
Oh, you're the puppet master.
Yes, I'm very good at puppets. That is not so much fighting.
You were in the finals at the arena. See, depending on who you're going up against, I don't know. Maybe 1 to 1 against the Goliath, because he hasn't been beaten tonight and he's still in the ring.
Doesn't that mean that you just get the same money back that you put in?
No, you would double your money.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, 2 to 1, I guess. I'm really bad at this. I never understood odds. How about we don't talk about odds anymore, and we'll say you'll double your money or you'll triple your money.
Okay.
It's
cool.
even odds. Even odds on both you. You would double your money if you bet on either one of those parties.
Okay.
I don't know how those work. Sorry. I'm bad.
I'll give.
Is this the bookie saying all this? Because that'd be amazing.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, awesome.
He doesn't know odds either. He'll just say, if you bet $1 on this person, you'll get back $1.20 on the other. He'll use gold pieces and silver, but yeah, if you bet a gold, you'll get a gold and 20 silver pieces, 2 silver pieces if you win.
Okay.
So the fighting's going on. The Goliath does indeed beat the gnome. The gnome was trying to use magic, but the Goliath seemed somewhat resistant to some of that and was defeated fairly easily. Money's changing hands, and the Goliath says, "Who's next?"
Is there a line?
It's whoever wants to jump in, and it doesn't look like anybody's. I mean, he's probably been fighting for a while. You see several beaten up people in the crowd.
Ix, would you like to go first, or?
Yep, that's the whole reason I wanted to come to the fighting ring.
Sweet.
So yes, I would like to fight the stranger.
I would like to place 100 gold that she will win.
And now I'm like, did I warm up my dice before we did this?
You want to bet 100 gold on.
On X.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically even odds unless there's something really weird. So X goes in and just roll an initiative. We won't roll it. We don't need a map for this.
Is there a winner's like amount that if the winner takes home?
It's all about betting. There's somebody doing the betting for the Goliath.
Okay.
There's no hierarchy or any kind of
There's no pot.
No. This is illegal gambling.
Well, they still have pot sometimes.
Yeah. It's all good.
I think I could run this organization better, is all I'm saying.
You should work on that while I'm fighting this guy.
Well, when you wear the gambler's mask and are in charge, you can do that.
You know that means you have to take him out, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll run initiative.
Stand by, please. You go first.
Sweet.
It's a Goliath. He's not wearing any kind of plate. He has some leather straps on, and he has a giant axe.
Hold on just a sec. Reading the thing. So first I'm going to do a bonus action.
Oh, yeah? Speak to me about this bonus action.
Trying to get it to go. It's not showing up in Discord or in Roll20.
Are you clicking the right thing?
Is it asking you for a level?
It does that a lot.
No,
Usually
but
what
let me double
freaks
check.
me up.
It is. There.
Okay, noted.
Count. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on this guy.
At what level?
Level 1.
Okay.
Because I don't think I have third level spell slots yet.
He's marked.
Excellent. And then I'm going to attack him with my short sword.
Let's have it. That hits.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh, I have to add a d6. So 11 total. And then I'm going to take my second attack and hit him again with the short sword. Ooh.
That does not hit.
It does not.
Ha 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 ha. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Hits you for 11. Second attack. Does a 15 hit you?
It does not.
Ha ha.
Sweet. And I'm going to counterattack again. Not like anything special. I'm just going to attack back.
That hits. And your 1d6.
Sorry, I accidentally rolled a 1d8. Hold on.
Oh.
There we go. So 15 damage. Second attack. Holy crap, people.
Does not hit. I need to recalculate this. Hang on a sec. Sorry, I forgot about a thing. 21 hits.
Yep.
For 9. Second attack is a 15.
So that misses.
Back to you.
Short sword.
That misses.
I'll do it again.
And the math would
Ooh.
suggest that that also misses.
It would. Yes, that makes sense.
21
That hits.
for 11. And he also crit failed.
Man, we are just on a roll. And then we can spend our round however we want, right?
You can run away if you want. You can yield. You can heal. You can do whatever you want. That's just like a regular fight. It's just you though.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself real quick.
Okay. For 12. Good job. So his turn again. 16.
That meets.
Okay. It meets with 7 damage. And a 23.
Ooh, that hits.
That was a cock die. I'll roll this damage again. For 9, which is better than the 12 that I rolled on a cock dice.
Okay, and then I'm going to counterattack. Son of a bitch.
Guess what? The 9 doesn't hit. That one does indeed hit.
So that hits for 11.
Okay. He's not bloodied or anything yet. And he missed.
He's not bloodied yet?
And that's a 17. Which meets, right?
No, that hits.
For 9.
Yeah, that puts me out.
Okay, he doesn't inflict 9 on you. You're down to 1. And he laughs.
was already-
He goes back to his corner and has a drink.
Which I assume has healing potion built into it.
He feels better.
I nudge Bellicose and I ask, so how much do you want me to bet on you?
You bet 100, wasn't it?
I did. I lost that. You should bet 50.
I'll give 52 as well. 50 as well.
He yells, "Who's next?"
Me. Hello. Thank you.
Ah, the puppet master. I saw you fight.
Why does everyone know this?
There was
See,
a
we're at
big
the thing, right?
crowd.
I turn to the other two and I'm like, I'm famous.
Famous or infamous?
Definitely famous. I have not killed anyone here that they know of.
Initiative chess.
Cool. Super fun.
I think if I'm correct, 19 beats a 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure
Yeah.
does.
He bows to you first as a bonus action. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
For 12 damage.
Cool.
I got a flaky mat here. I'm gonna start rolling on this thing. Oh, 23
Jesus.
for 7 damage.
Cool.
Your turn.
And he's not injured right now, right?
He's got some slashes and bruises on him, but he's not bleeding or anything. I mean, he looks like he's a little worse for wear, but not terrible.
I mean, like his hit points, though.
Yeah.
Because that's not fair.
If you had to put it at a number, well, he wasn't at full when you started either, but he's a little bit lower than when
Okay.
Casimir was fighting. Had to remember names. No, you're Casimir. Sorry. No. It's that one. Exandra was fighting.
Okay.
Dungeon Master can't remember the frickin' names. You have so many. You have 2.
I will do. I will do a mind spike.
Okay.
He must
Wisdom
make-
save. He rolls a -2.
He takes 21 points of psychic damage. And then I will flourish my battle axe.
When Exander was fighting, it felt like he was only taking about half the damage, but he took all of that.
Well, damn. Excellent. That's good to know because my weapon is also technically magic damage.
Okay, so is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, 20
That
for 9.
Okay.
And a 21 for 5.
And he's still not bloodied, right?
Oh, he's bloodied now.
Oh, okay.
He's bleeding from the ears, apparently. Is that what a mind spike would do?
I guess so. Sure. I'll attack with my battle axe.
Okay.
Two-handed.
Does not hit. Do you get a second attack?
Yeah.
Does
Son
not
of
hit.
a bitch. Cool.
11 does not hit, I assume?
No.
into 20 for 10.
Cool.
It's in your court.
Cool.
He did damage to you, and I know that you have a thing too.
Ooh, yeah, I'll hellish rebuke him.
Not that I would give you the answers to your character sheet, but so that's a straight 19. No saves or anything. Oh, DC 16. Okay, yeah. You got to read all the words.
Yeah, the whole thing.
And he does save, so he takes half of that. So
Yeah.
So 20, 10.
It'll be 10.
Okay. And he crit fails.
Hang on, that wasn't my
Oh,
turn.
that wasn't your turn. Yeah. Okay. Well, he misses twice on his next turn.
Sweet.
So go 4 times, or do whatever you do.
Yeah. I will. Can we say that the fighting area is a 10-foot radius?
Yes. So
Okay.
20 feet around. Yeah, sure. 20 feet diameter. Sure. Because magic's often used in these lands, and you don't want to get in the way of magic.
Right. I will cast Shatter then.
That's thunder damage.
Yes.
Does not meet the save.
18 points of thunder damage.
He's wobbling a little bit, but
Excellent.
he won't give up. Go again. Actually, you don't get 2 spells. That's
No.
just 2 fighting
No, it's just
actions
2.
or 1 spell.
Yeah, but I will do the fighting action this time.
That hits.
With the 2-hand damage.
He gives up after the first one.
Okay, cool. Yes.
You fight good, puppet master. And he offers you a drink.
Excellent. I will take that.
And you can heal for 1d8.
Jesus. Okay. Now I have 9 points of health.
And you're in the center of the ring.
Yep.
Oh, you collect your spoils.
Yeah.
So the gold you bet is doubled.
I made my money back. Yep.
Okay, look at me, Cass. You ready? Once again, I held down the push to talk for my hand motions. Did it work? Did it look like I was coming out of the screen?
Those were not 3D glasses.
They look like 3D glasses from here.
Those were vision loss.
Oh, your
glasses.
accessibility glasses. Cool.
I'm also going to down one of my healing potions.
Okay, go for it.
Unless he has any more drinks to offer.
Only once per fight. You also get a little drunk. but not so drunk as to impair any kind of fighting you want to do in the future.
Cool.
The crowd erupts. Yeah! The Goliath's finally fallen! Yay!
Exandra, do you want to fight again? Not against me, but like whatever in general.
I can't heal that fast, so no.
Okay.
Okay. Are you going to leave the ring?
No, I'm going to bet another 50 gold on myself.
Okay.
I'm going to bet another 100 gold on him.
Well, let's see.
What were the original odds on you versus the Goliath?
We're making it just double your money.
Yeah.
Because none of us know how to work odds, so we'll just leave it like that. Okay, you stand in the ring. Nobody else wants to enter.
I'm gonna heckle him. I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make my voice real loud.
Okay. What do you say?
Don't be frightened, children.
Like 3 guys take off running,
Oh my
and
god.
they're scared.
I am going to do puppet show later for children who are braver than all of you.
One young man comes up. He looks to be, well, you can't really tell from the face, so it's kind of hard to tell, but he seems young, and he doesn't have any armor on. And he comes up and said, "I'll fight you."
Okay. Sure.
And the odds are really low that he can beat you. So you probably won't find any takers for your bet against him. He's got a farmer's mask on.
Where are you from?
East Westonhampshire burger.
That's a very confusing place. Have you fought before?
No.
Okay.
Where do I find the weapon?
Oh, good. You probably don't want to do this.
You said don't be frightened. I'm not frightened.
Okay. I meant for people who have like armor, some sort of sharp implement.
That wasn't in your initial "don't be frightened" message.
Yeah, I suppose that was a little more inspiring than I meant it to be.
Okay, I'll just go. When's the puppet show?
What time is it now? How long have we been here?
It's been a little while. I mean, a little bit between fights, so you probably want to get back to puppet show o'clock.
All right. It's quite soon actually. I should probably clean up and go, I guess.
Yeah, because nobody wants to fight you.
Have fun with your boring fight circle.
Unless
Take my money.
does Naruhito want to fight you? In the illegal fighting pit?
Yeah.
No, I'll
For
pass.
illegal gambling money.
No, I'll pass. Thanks.
Meanwhile, there's probably 40, 45 kids sitting there watching you try on different glasses, seeing if they work or not.
Sometimes they get a little excited because they think that the glass is going to come with like a personality or some kind of acting out thing, and then you just like take it off and put on the next one, and they're a little let down.
So none of that happened with the children, but trying them on, I do need to add another page to our website about one of them so that we can really experience what it's doing. Anyway, so So I've got like 40 kids around me, and initially I'm, like straightening up camp and doing stuff, and then I decide, because they're talking amongst each other and they're all excited about the puppet show that's coming up, and they're kind of getting noisy, and that's kind of annoying. So I go over to them and I said, "So, you're gonna have a puppet show soon. The puppet master's gonna be doing a puppet show for you when he gets back." From whatever he's
Illegal
doing.
fighting.
Yeah, not mentioning that
Errands.
part of it. Errands from the errands he's running out in the woods. So, so how about this? How about while we're waiting, you guys tell me stories?
I don't think that's going to be quieter.
It'll be entertaining for me.
One of the kids gets up and says, "There's a man, and he did a thing, and it was funny, and the Werjun was on his back and was going woo, all the way home."
Was it here at the fair?
It's a bedtime story. I don't know it very well.
Did you make it up?
No. Yeah.
That was a good story.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next?
Oh, it's the puppet show.
It's gonna be soon. Who's next?
Another little boy stands up and says, "Then once, and there was when where we were on the snow, and it was it was cold. There were sticks, and we fought with the sticks to each other, and then we said that's not good, so we didn't do it anymore, and we made a snow person and made the sticks his arms, and he came to life and said hi, and then the snow melted and he was gone."
I feel like every time you look down, you were rolling to see how well or poorly that child was going to add to the story.
No, that's how kids tell stories. Is they stop looking at you.
Any more stories?
No, where's the puppets?
All right, at that point, I shapeshift into a pony and give pony rides.
Oh, shit.
The kid's just like, "That's a good puppet show. I want to ride. I want to ride. I want to ride. I want to ride."
How are
And-
they getting up there? Are you like doing a kneel for each one?
They get onto the cart, spin off this pole, and land right on the horse.
Cool.
Well,
They're
I
like
debated
little
because
weird shoes.
I also could have done conjure animals, and since ponies are only 1/8, I could probably have done like 12 of them.
That's a lot of ponies.
That's a lot of ponies.
They just disperse with kids on them. Meanwhile, you make it back to camp, and there's a horse giving pony giving pony rides to these kids that are all there, and they're looking at the ponies. Or the one pony. Yeah, good job getting back to camp. That was awesome. Then one of the kids goes, "Puppet Master!"
Yay!
And all the kids get back to their seats and get off the pony. One girl comes back up and feeds the pony a carrot.
And Tavi goes and wanders off looking for an alcoholic beverage since she's just spent so much time with children.
Easily found. There's alcohol everywhere, so you can sidle up to somebody and they'll offer you a drink. The kids are all looking expectantly at the puppet master. Who seems to be occupied with other things.
Sorry. So performance? Yeah.
Tell me about the story first. What story are you doing today?
Today we're gonna do a story about some fairies who live in a beautiful forest, and then some evil goblins come in and they want to cut the forest down and use it to make oil and industry. And the fairies are like, no, that's terrible. And so they get together with their bat friend, and Pig's gonna play the bat, by the way, and they fight the goblins out of the forest, and they replant the trees, and they heal the earth, and they live happily ever after. It's been a really long time since I saw Ferngully.
And Exo is asking in chat if this is Ferngully. So yes, roll a performance. It goes very well, and the kids look for a hat on the ground, but there isn't one.
No, there super is.
Okay, there super was before you started? Okay. And each of them was given a gold piece before they came over to the puppet show, and you get about 45 gold for your performance.
Sweet.
It was about 40. A couple of kids are cheap. They're like, gold for the puppet? Yeah, sure. Put it in their own pocket. And they all disperse as it's getting late, and you hear random calls for random names, and the kids get up one by one and run away. And the one girl from next door runs up, gives you a hug, and then runs away and gets in her tent.
Okay. Cool.
So tell me about, well, it's nighttime, so do you want to do anything else before the nighttime, before the sleep time?
I don't think so. You said there's like general revelry. Are there campsites where like parties are happening, or?
It's not so much boisterous parties or anything, but there are like a few guys here, a few guys there at different campsites, telling stories, drinking, that kind of thing.
Alexandra, would you like to go? Or sorry, Zara, would you like to go bum around some campfires and see if we can hear any gossip about the lady blade, sharp blade?
Sure. Lead the way.
Saturday?
Piercing blade?
Lady Sling Blade? No.
So yeah, I would either anybody else want to come?
I think I'll stay at camp with Tavi. I mean Nala.
It's your baddie using
Us.
fake names.
We're real good at this.
And we just ironed out the naming conventions and everything. As you go, you do hear, you're kind of wandering around and just kind of checking out people's campsites and things. You do hear people talking about Lady Piercing Blade, how they expect her to be at camp, at the fair at any given day. They were kind of surprised that she wasn't here today, since she wants to claim power. She should have been here from the start. You also hear that other people are still backing the Almighty Slayer, and it's the general things you've heard before.
Okay. But it doesn't sound like anybody has any actual information or any new information.
Just it doesn't really seem like they're just drinking and they're talking more about what they saw at the fair. You're just picking up bits and pieces of, well, I'm surprised she wasn't here today, and yeah, but I still back the Almighty Slayer, that kind of thing. Kind of what I just said, but in a more jovial drinking way.
Cool. Well, that seems like a best. Anything else you want to do?
No,
Okay.
we can go back to camp.
So you're all back at camp. What do you guys? How are you all just gonna go to sleep? What are you gonna do? How do you want to do this?
We usually do watches.
You do your normal watch procedure. Okay, the night passes without incident. It's morning. What do you want to do this morning?
Coffee.
Oh, your hit points are back, your spell slots are back, and you haven't used any hit dice, so don't worry about that. You brew up more coffee, and you feel refreshed again. Are you going to eat, or are you going to save up for the poached turkey or other fair foods?
I guess we can get fair food since we're here.
I'm going to go ahead and have food before we hit the fair.
Oh, we do have like fish and
Same.
stuff, right? Yeah, I'll eat here then.
It's dried fish, but yeah, it's just as good.
Yeah, I thought all we had was potatoes. I was like, well, if it's the same food.
Oh, but the poached turkey, it's very fluffy. It's like eating a cloud that tastes like a potato. Hashtag poached turkey, not a sponsor.
So, do we know when, like, do we know the progression of the battles for the tournament thing?
You believe that today is duos and tomorrow is quads.
So maybe during breakfast we would have had the conversation about the duos and who's going to pair up.
We're going to make it that it was like the illegal fighting with weapons this time, not just fists, so you guys can be a little more fun.
Cool.
That'll be about midday, so you can talk amongst yourselves about how to do that.
Anyone have preferences?
I mean, I'd assume that Bellicose and Zara would want to do a tag team together.
Zara?
Sure.
Cool.
Does Taviana want to fight?
Well, do I not have to in order to be in the 4-up?
No, it's just each day is a new slate. So if you want to be in the ones, the twos, and the fours, you can.
All right. So Tavi's thing is that she doesn't need to. I mean, the betting is all well and good, but if you guys are willing to do that for the betting, she doesn't need to like prove, show people how awesome. I don't know. Anyway, so Bob, do you have any desire to be in the duos?
I mean, I wouldn't mind going a round or two.
I will
Okay.
join. I will join you if you need a partner for the duo.
Okay. I'll also check in with Zara and Bellicose as they're going through in case one of them wants to switch out, sort of as a backup.
Cool, that's an option too.
Sure.
Wait, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, what?
So in case
Is it-
when you guys are doing duos, if like one of you, well, but they get fully healed afterward.
You can only be on one team during each day.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry if I misled you into thinking something else.
You can't just go back every time.
No. Okay, now I'm going to be with this guy. Now I'm going to be with this guy. Now I'm going to be with this guy. Eventually, we'll win.
It gets down to it, and it's like I'm on both of these teams, so occasionally I will just slap myself.
It's me and me versus me and me.
I win.
The fighting goes on at midday. You hear about that. I mean, you know about that from yesterday. So there's time to explore if you'd like beforehand.
I would generally like to go around the fair and kind of eavesdrop on conversations, maybe ask a question here or there to try to see, again, get a line on the Almighty Slayer and just general crap.
The things you hear kind of reinforce what you've already heard. And you know, the two leading factions right now are the Almighty Slayers versus the Piercing Blades. You hear that some people think that the dragon underneath the earth is just religious nonsense. Sorry, I slipped. And you know, some other people are 100% certain that it's an actual dragon.
In addition to that, I would also like to try and find out what kinds of preparations have been made for Lady Piercing Blade and the Almighty Slayer should they arrive.
Okay. There is a, I believe I covered this a little bit last time. There is like a royal court. It's a permanent structure that is made for housing or for meeting with nobles meeting with each other, and things like that. So there is a well-established, it's called the royal court.
Is it open or guarded or?
There are, if you want to make your way over there, you see that there are a fairly large contingent of guards outside. There are people going in that have illustrious masks and fine clothing that come in and out as they please, and they're talking to each other and shaking hands and things like that. But it's kind of an enclosed building, so it's got 3 walls with like pillars in front, so you can see into it. But you know, the guards are making sure only people that should be in there go in there.
Okay, and that's mostly based on the fanciness of the masks.
And their reputation. I mean, if they have the reputation and they're wearing the masks, the guards know who should be going in and who shouldn't.
So if we got fancy masks and then tried to just walk in, they would probably stop us.
And fancy clothes.
If they don't recognize your mask, well, some of the masks are very recognized, and they'll know who the person is, and they'll just make sure that that's who's wearing the mask, and they'll let them in. But
we're checking. We're checking for who is really wearing the mask.
Yeah, well, you know, also if you're wearing a mask of nobility, you see that the people that are wearing them have people that are serving them. They have fairly large contingents. They have escorts and people that can fight for them if they need to. Like I said in the very beginning, it's like the mask is who you are, and these people will die before they let the mask go, and the people that support them will fight to make sure that their lord or lady keeps their mask.
Okay.
I think the first shop you saw when you went in the first time was a mask shop. So if you want to look to see if there's any nobility masks, you can.
What does everybody else want to do?
I'm wondering if there are no nobility masks, or even if there are, if we could or would even want to um, act as if we're one of the supporting people for someone, and oh my God, their mask broke. They need a new mask to try and get one.
Mm, it's chipped and it simply won't do.
Right.
So I would I be able to use the disguise self spell to replicate a different mask?
I have a commoner mask, by the way.
Well, I don't think that's going to help us get into that.
Well, no, if we were trying to be a commoner who's trying to get
Oh, right.
What did you want to use to try to do that?
Disguise self.
That's a spell. Can you show me your spell, or is it not easy to do that? I can look it up if not.
It's not in my thing because I don't have to use a spell slot for it. It's one of my Eldritch invocations, but it's in the
I got it.
the info thing.
it would be nice if they gave us a slot for those so that we could actually do that. They being Roll20.
Because it says it includes clothing, armor, and weapons and other belongings.
So are we trying to infiltrate this place so we can find Lady Piercing Glade?
Or see if these people have any additional information.
Plus, once she gets here, if there are any behind the scenes conversations, they're going to happen there.
You can disguise self, yes. That would, you can make your mask look however you want, whatever you want it to look like. And yes.
Okay, so she could do that, he could do that, and then I could put on the commoner mask to be your supporting person.
Are there contingent commoners, or do they have like special "we serve a noble person" masks?
In being at the fair as much as you have, you realize that you have not seen very many commoners' masks at all, maybe one or two. Everything else has been like a station, like a farmer or, a peddler, or, it shows their job. Commoner masks just mean that you don't have a job. The people you see around the royals when you looked, there are page masks and, fighter masks and hunter masks and things like that.
Okay, so Nero, your mask probably suffices as one of Bellicos's support people, maybe.
Well, I have my fighter mask, and I also have a commoner's mask, so I could swap
Right, but
out.
we've already determined commoners isn't going to be good enough
Okay.
for a noble support person. So, what about Brit's mask?
It's probably the most ornate it's more ornate than anyone else's. She rolled really well in making that mask, and
Yeah.
some say that it kind of looks like the Almighty Slayer mask, but a little less fancy.
Well,
But I haven't worn that one yet at all. I've been wearing the commoner's mask that I had.
and I'm concerned that supporters of the what's her face might get into a bit of alarm since it is so close to a Slayer mask.
People will not say that it's the Slayer mask at all. They will.
Okay.
They will be able to tell that it's not the Almighty Slayer mask because it just resembles it, but it's not the Almighty Slayer mask. Everybody knows what that looks like.
Okay, then perhaps that mask will do, but maybe clothing needs to be adjusted.
So are we thinking that I would go in as support for
I'm thinking we all will, and what we need to do is I think um, Zara is good for mask but not clothes. I'm not good for either mask or clothes. You're probably good for both mask and clothes, and then Bellicose is going to do the disguise. So I think we need.
Well, um, I mean, if we're buying fancy clothes, I would love to do that. Um,
We are not unnecessarily buying fancy clothes.
I don't think that it's ever unnecessary. Um, he said that hunters' masks also work for the people in the retinue, so that's what you have, isn't it?
It is. So I'm good.
Yeah, that should be fine. Ixandra and I can be the nobles, and you guys are the retinue. We just need clothes.
All right. Which you don't need because you're doing the disguise thing.
I do need. I
No,
need.
no, you don't.
Yes, I do.
She can concentrate all her magics just on the mask itself.
Well, if you had won that illegal fight and got your gold that you were going to get from that,
Wow. That's a lot of judgment coming from somebody who didn't fucking go.
I'm not wanting to spend extra money for something that's unnecessary.
I'm not trying to spend your money, am I?
All right. So clothes shop.
You've seen tailors. You saw
Fancy
some.
clothes.
You saw some tailor shops yesterday.
Sweet. Did they have their rates posted outside, or
No, they didn't.
I've never been to a tailor and I have no idea how this works. Casimir has been to a tailor.
If you have to ask the price.
And it's not fancy. Yeah, whatever. I
No,
guess.
then you can't afford it.
Oh, okay. Now you're thinking like a person who doesn't belong in noble fancy clothes.
That's what somebody in noble fancy clothes would say. If you have to ask the price, you couldn't afford it.
That's what any jackass would say, noble or not.
Hey, Britt.
Yo. What? In game, yeah.
It's one for Brit.
Just working my way up.
insert ham horn noise here?
Oh my God.
Hey. Is that real?
What?
Is what real?
Holy shit.
That's real. $1,000?
What are we talking about for those of us who
Chat?
aren't stream?
Twitch chat?
Someone just
Don't-
tipped $1,000.
Oh shit.
Well, Anonymous, I can't thank you enough. I'll have to verify that after the stream, but that
Woo!
it's not showing in my donations, but wow. I don't know what to say about that.
That's a big, huge fucking wow.
So now we can buy my clothes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting derailed because
Uh-huh.
that.
Because $1,000.
Splash.
Okay. Clothes. We need
Because I said
fancy.
jackass?
You see, you're in the Taylor district. You see several different. Wow, I'm very distracted right now. I'm sorry. You see several different tailor shops. The one in the back looks like they kind of like form a V, as you approach, and the one in the back looks like the most ornate, and it looks like the ones in the front are less ornate.
I would like to go to the back.
You make your way, and there is a tailor, and it is a female tailor, and she has dresses and suits on both, either side, and welcomes you in. Are you here for some fine clothing?
Of course.
Magic or not magic?
Ooh, what do you have in magic?
The durability of certain items will not degrade over time.
Would it also not degrade if I was in a fight?
Fighting clothes? You probably wouldn't want to
No,
fight
no,
in
no,
these.
no, no. Well, sort of. I'm very fancy, but I can also throw down. You understand?
It won't offer you any protection, but
Sure.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Well, I haven't ever tried to stab it. I just know that for a very long time, these clothes will last almost forever.
Okay. Cool. The other ones have a shelf life of what?
Normal clothes, like, it depends on how much you wear it. You can wear these every day, and they won't wrinkle, and they won't fray, and you can wear them forever.
All right. Good to know. Will that hold up if like I do get stabbed and then I use mending on it?
You could, if you use mending on it, it'll be mend like new. Yeah, that's what we do too. Yeah.
Cool.
So, are you interested in the magic clothes or the regular clothes?
I am interested in the magic, I think. I
Okay.
have a cloak, so I don't need one of those. But the trousers and the boots and everything.
And the jacket.
Yeah.
Okay. And she takes out a wand and swish flicks it at you. And then she reads it and she goes, "Okay, just one moment." She makes some modifications to a suit. She said, "Try this on."
Okay.
She was magically taking your measurements.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I'll try that on.
It feels like you're in a really nice thing, like a cloud or something. It just feels so good. The clothes kind of feel like they're massaging you a little bit.
Aw.
Yeah.
How do I look?
Here's a mirror. I think you look fantastic.
I was asking everybody
okay.
else. Sorry.
Beautiful.
You look incredible.
Thank you.
You look like $1,000.
Funny you mentioned that.
How much for these?
Those are normally 100 gold, but for you, 99 gold.
Well, that is a very silly discount amount. How about 75?
How about 90?
Okay.
It's like they're massaging you.
Yeah, I'll take 90.
Okay. You now have a fine suit of clothes that feels like it's massaging you in a cloud. Apparently, I like clouds.
I wish all my clothes felt like clouds.
Does
Anybody
anyone
else?
else need some fine clothes?
I probably do, don't I?
Yes.
Okay. Can I get purple ones? And purple and blue and silver?
Yes, absolutely. I'd have to make them special, though.
How special?
I don't have any of those on the rack, and I can't adjust the ones for color. I can adjust them for size.
What do you have on the rack?
There's a lavender that's kind of close, but it's all lavender with a light lavender. There's a green with lighter green. There's a black one that has purple and green stripes through it. They're just lacy stripes. Let's look at me trying to be a dressmaker.
Kaz, what color were yours?
I mean, I generally go for purple and gold, but we didn't actually discuss that. What color are mine?
Deep purple.
Okay. I took the purple. I'm sorry.
And they don't have any more purple other than the lavender?
Well, I got a suit too, rather than a dress. Do you want a suit?
Not necessarily. Do I want a suit?
Go for the black with purple and green.
That did sound cool.
Okay.
Okay. This one's. Did you want magic or not magic?
I mean, magic.
Okay. The fine gown of black with a purple green lacy weave stripe thing that looks pretty in a way that you would imagine it looks pretty, because I'm not a dressmaker in real life, so I don't. You love this, and it's also, she'll say, same price for you.
Sweet. I'll take it.
It's yours.
Who is next?
I'm good.
I thought you guys needed fancy clothes too.
No, because you're
Fancier.
Yeah, we're the supportive retinue. We're not the nobility.
Well, yeah, but y'all are still walking around in your stolen bandit outfits, aren't you?
What are we wearing?
Armor over the top of commoner clothes, if memory serves.
Right. I have some.
Or like, burlap sack kind of cloth for prisoners.
I have studded leather armor.
Over the top of.
Burlap. It does not feel like a massage. It's like the opposite of that.
I mean, you could maybe go to the less fancy one down the hall.
Okay, let's go to the less fancy one, and I'll get, shirt and pants.
Yeah, I guess I'll do the same.
Something that I can move freely in.
Okay. There's like a. Let's see. Okay. Let me look for something specific to your needs. Okay, you can find like a silk top with like pants that are, a nice cotton blend of cotton and let's go with silk because it's a blend.
It could be rayon too. Rayon's nice.
I wasn't prepared to be a tailor today, sorry. And it's not fancy, but it feels okay. It feels better than what you're wearing, obviously, and it'll give you a comfort factor of 6. And I just made that number up, and it'll be 5 gold.
That was a Sims term.
It was.
Is that what you'd like?
And I'm sorry,
Okay.
Did you say a price?
5 gold.
Nara, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Chainmail. But if I could get a set of like dark clothes would be nice.
I'm sorry, I was looking at something up. You wanted, I apologize, Tony, I apologize. You wanted a dark set of clothing
Yeah.
That was nice, but not too nice.
Right.
And hang on 1 second before you go into the dark clothing for him. Was there a color to my shirt or pants?
It was light colored. Would you like it to be something other than that? Because there is a variety. Let's say there's a variety of colors of everything of the shirts and pants. You're at the Gap.
I think I am going to go for like earth tones, neutral colors.
Grounds and greens. I'm sorry, greens and browns. And not pastels. But yes, you can get that.
Okay, so I'm going to go for kind of a beige to tan shirt and green pants.
So not as to not conflict with your armor. Yeah, it looks good. And dark, yes, there's a dark section. Well made, well tailored. Sorry about zoning out on you there. Sometimes I was reading and trying to listen, but I did a bad job.
No worries.
But yes, also 5 gold.
Okay.
They fit, they're comfortable, and they match your outfit nicely.
Sweet. And we're ready for a party.
Is it time to hit the noble house? Or actually, it's getting about midday with all the clothes making.
Oh shit. It's time to go fight.
It's also about break time.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Steelfist Keep. Party just did some shopping, did some tailoring, got some suits made. There's a plot coming up, and we're missing a couple people.
But Drax and Cass are here.
What would you two like to do while the party's away?
Okay, so we just got our common clothes, or our regular support clothes. Plus, I think these are much more comfortable than anything we've had on up to this point.
Yes. So it almost feels like they'll become our normal clothes.
So why don't we just do some yoga while we wait?
Okay.
What are we waiting for?
You?
And
I'm
Jess,
here.
And Jess.
Been here.
do you want to do some yoga with the other two?
Sure.
Is your screen black on purpose?
Temporarily, yes.
Thank you for the
just
bit
checking.
sex.
Is yours?
Yes,
Absolutely.
coming back from break, they're a little dark. So apparently, Bellicose, or Kaz, is lifeless and limp at the moment. What would you guys like to do? She's still breathing, but not. He's still breathing, but not doing anything.
Is he drooling?
Nah, a little bit, but it goes on the suit and it just rolls right off. It's like water resistant.
Can we like pick up the floor and put him down under it and put the floor on top?
The floor does not place while Casimir's lifeless body is on the ground. But then again, suddenly Casimir erupts into existence and goes, "Oh, I was just thinking about something."
Was that supposed to be the accent?
It was not very good.
That was better.
That one was better.
So you have clothes. You drooled a little bit and it rolled right off the clothes. It didn't. It just like water resistant rolled right off.
Sweet.
I wasn't gonna make you drool, but they asked, and then of course you did.
I was trying to bury you under the floor.
But the floor wouldn't place on top of you.
No.
Okay.
It does on top of Drax, just not on top of you.
Mm.
Oh, Drax, did you not know that you were under the floor for a time in Ark?
No, I
Thanks to
was.
X
What?
X had to do some teardown to unstick himself, and in the process, put you and Boom down under the floor.
Well, I think you took the floor away and you were on the ground. I don't
Right.
think you can place the floor on top of you, though. But you should be safe and
But-
secure now.
Thanks, X.
And I have switched out the wall so that it's not so trappy. Anyway,
But back to this game, what would you like to do?
I guess like change back out of the fancy clothes and go do some fighting.
Okay. You can go back in the dressing room after you put your suit on and say, this is perfect. Go back in, take it off. Go back to what you were wearing before. Sure. Whoever wants to do that.
sorry, I was distracted. Sorry.
Okay. So it's about midday. You make your way towards the stadium. Thanks for the clip, Gabby. I'll look at it later. It's probably me doing your voice. So you head back to the stadium, and it's packed like yesterday. They see you approach. They ask if you want to fight. I think you all wanted to fight this time, right? That's what we decided.
I thought Tavi said,
I said I'd fight with Drex, so
okay.
Drex, are we? Bob?
I mean, I'm down if you are, but I don't want to force you to fight if you don't want to be in a competition. That's fine. I can just as happily let those two have some fun.
Okay, and it's not that I don't want to, there's, if I'm not against it, it's just, it's not.
And I can totally respect that. That's totally fine.
All right.
What was the entry fee for singles? Was there?
I don't recall an entry fee. I just recall the amount that I won from it. So
Okay. That pot was what, 200, 250?
200, I believe.
Okay. Today's pot is 500 for the winners. As you approach, they make you sign again. The waiver saying that we're not responsible if you get hurt in any way, shape, or form. This is at your own risk. And it's the duos and quads apparently are not bare-fisted fighting. They're full armor, full weapons, not to the death. So please choose not to do a killing blow. Sign here.
Do you guys want us to place bets for you, or do you want to place bets for yourselves, or whatever? In addition,
You can place bets for yourselves. That's allowed.
I don't have much gold, so I'm gonna put 50 down for them to win.
Which them?
Aren't they a team?
Oh, you're not fighting?
Yeah, we're not going to fight.
Okay, I missed that, I guess. So you're going to put 50 down, sure. Even odds. It's the easiest way to go now. So that's better because they saw him fight yesterday, and the odds would have significantly gone down.
And I also, no, this is legal.
This is lawful. This is legal.
This is totally lawful. Yeah, so I'll bet 50 as well.
Okay.
I'll bet 100 on us to win.
I'll bet
Okay.
200 on us to win.
Okay. So denote your bets, and we'll see how the outcome. There's a waiting area. Since, let's see, Tommy Drex, you're not fighting, so you're in the stands. You can put yourself. Oh, let me move you to the stands. We'll switch to the map in a second. Got it, Cass?
Not at all.
Is that one of the contestants in the ring? Because that'll be interesting.
Wait until everybody's there, and we get it up on the Twitch. You good? Okay. You go in and you see a man fighting a dragon. It appears this show has been going on a little while, and the man on the right shoots a magic missile at the dragon, and all of a sudden the dragon just explodes, and candy flies out of it and goes all over the stands, and there's kids just grabbing candy and parents getting candy, and there's just a whole bunch of candy. None of it hit the playing field. It's all in the stands, as if it was magic, and the dragon disappears.
I lean over to Ix and say, this is giving a very inaccurate picture of dragons.
Yeah, I feel like you need to work on some intellectual property rights for your story because
Just because, okay. And then the dragon disappears, the man is waving, the crowd's cheering, and he ducks out. And the announcer comes up and announces the first fight is not between you and someone else, it's between two other parties. The fight goes on for several minutes, and the pair that wins are two humans, and one was fighting with magic and one was fighting with swords.
look, the less interesting version of us.
Next up is 4 magicians or 4 magic users. Magic on magic.
On magic, on magic.
Yes. Magic wins over all magic, all magic. The announcer comes off and announces you two fighting against a Goliath and a gnome.
Son of a bitch.
They announce you as Nala and Bellicose, and that's deafened by the crowd going, "Pop it, pop it." Sorry, did I get that wrong again? No, not
yes.
Nala. Yeah, it's Zara and Bellicose.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm gonna learn this, so I get this down. Your fake name screwed me up, but you did what I wanted, so you're good. Okay, so let me clear the field here. He seems familiar.
How would you like to handle this?
As far as, what do you mean?
Like, do you want to focus on one and I will focus on another, or?
Well, since apparently he's somehow magically resistant to non-magic attacks, and we don't know much about the gnome, then probably you should fight the Goliath.
Okay.
Okay. So probably should have initiative on this to keep it easier. Sorry for throwing that at you, Cass. You'll probably have to put this in somewhere smart.
Excellent start. Do we go as a group, or is it like each individual person, or how does
Too soon for that. Sorry, I'm making up a name here. Not as good as the first one, but it was too soon for the other one.
I do appreciate the Goliath's name. Unless he named him Squawk, then I appreciate the irony of both names.
Squawk is the gnome, and Gigantor is it is appropriate. Kaz, what is your dex modifier?
2.
So we don't go as a group?
It's 2-on-2 fighting.
Right. She was asking you about the initiative. If like we both go at once and then they both go at once.
No, it's kind of like a regular fight in an arena that people are watching you just after getting a lot of candy. Happens every day. Does that look better proportioned? I think so.
Looks good.
You and he tied the decks, but I'm going to let you go first.
Cute. All right.
Okay. Begin.
Kaz, you're first.
I wish I could announce them or herald them like Chaucer in A Knight's Tale.
Please. The floor is yours.
That's why I said I wish I could.
Over here we have the giant and the gnome, Squawk and Gigantor, known throughout the lands or very specific parts of the land where they live, and they're good. And over here we have Bellicose and Zara,
Yay!
otherwise known as the Puppet Master and Friend. We walk in the garden of their turbulence. Well, they once spent a night meditating just so they would better understand the sound of a whisper.
Oh, I wanted to watch that.
Identic memory of all movies watched.
Stop letting them hit you.
With your sword. I'm gonna mind.
It's called a lance. Hello. I got all day. Let's go.
I'm gonna mind spike that Goliath.
Worked before. What's my DC save? Wisdom. His
Yes.
best stat. Ooh. He managed to save.
All right. Take half.
26. All right. As the sun misses the flower. Thank you, Gabby. Good job. You're on track too. The Goliath takes that damage and says, I feel like the pieces of my broken heart are so small they could pass through a needle.
Oh my god.
Oh, she's not even here. I was doing this whole Chaucer. I was Chaucering this whole thing up. Actually, that wasn't Chaucer, but go ahead. That's the one thing you do. All right. So he goes. He covers the distance because he fought you before and he wants another shot. 16.
That hits.
For 4. I'm under attack! She came in to cheat and look at my sheet.
Kiss
Oh,
of
no.
opportunity.
10 does not hit.
Oh, hey, hang on. Hellish Rebuke.
You do that. That's also a save, right?
Yes. Oh, that one's a dex, though.
He fails that save.
24 points of fire damage. Hellish fire damage.
Oh wait, the first one was a mind spike.
Yeah.
I'm a bad monkey. And then 24. That hit him hard. Your two things hit him hard. He is bloody out of the ears. Squawk will attack. Go up here and goes after Zara and friend, however you want to call that. Hits for 18.
As in, that's the.
No, that was his. He attacks for 18. Sorry. Helps when you open your box the right way.
So does 18 hit?
Yeah.
Is that a
9
puzzle
points of
box for
damage.
What?
Is that a puzzle box for stupid people?
Yeah, I failed on it. Misses the second one, disengages, and goes over here behind the Goliath.
So he's a rogue?
Your turn. Zara
Cool.
and friend or friend.
Gonna attack the gnome.
The 13 misses.
Somehow I just deleted myself on accident.
Oh no.
You're out of the tournament then. I don't see you either.
Does Control Z work by chance?
No, I tried that.
Let's see if I can find you somewhere. Where would I find you? Because you changed your thing.
I'm the white one.
Found you. Do you see you?
Yeast.
Okay, so the first one missed.
You should put her back in the initiative too.
I don't remember what it was, but it's lower than
6.
12, right?
It was 6.
Did you take your second attack?
No, not yet. It won't let me for some reason.
Okay.
It won't let you put me in there again?
I did. Up meet you and friend. How do you add somebody to the thing? Let me see. First, you stop doing that. How do you know, Jess, how to add somebody to the initial order with their token and stuff?
No, aside from like clicking it and then clicking initiative and then just changing the number back.
So click your token and roll initiative again. Okay.
Ta-da!
That also misses. Sorry. Casimir.
Yes. I will shatter again. Con save. Though he's probably real good at those.
He saves. So half of that. So it's 10. He's still standing.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. He will attack you again. He misses. And he misses. 5 and a 3. Squawk will disengage. Come over here and pulls out a longbow. He crits.
Bob, pay attention. He's really good at this.
For 16. And that was at you, Zara, Alexandra, and friend. And misses his second bow shot. You're up.
I'm going to attack the Goliath with advantage because we're flanking.
Okay. That did not hit.
Second attack.
That
Yay.
hit. The Goliath says, no more, no more, and takes himself out of the fight.
Oh man, he was like so much easier to kill the second time.
He's a little warmed up this time for you. That's both your attacks, okay? Back to you. The fight's not over. You still have to fight the other guy.
Right. Has you taken? He's taken damage, yes.
No.
Oh.
And I'm going to move before Amanda may. Since the Goliath's down.
I missed some of that. You're going to do what?
I moved before the end of my turn just because the Goliath is.
Good.
I'm gonna go over there and try and hit him with my spectral greatsword.
You have already summoned it in preparation for this battle.
Indeed.
That's a miss. Probably because you weren't standing next to him. Do you want to attack again?
No, I would have moved already. I'll just
Of
take
course
that.
you would have. The 22 hits.
For 14 slashing damage.
That hurt him significantly. He's going to return the favor with a 23, 11 points. The second attack misses. He disengages and goes over here. Can you see him? There, that's
Yes.
better. Well, he is kind of sneaky, so yeah, he kind of blends in with the crowd. That's Zara. What the hell is that?
That was a combination of Zara and Nala.
Or any of the other Tinky Winkies.
Damn.
Yeah, he gives up.
You pin him to the fucking wall.
Apparently, you didn't like being called a Teletubby, and you took it personally, and just eviscerated him to the point where he just didn't want it anymore.
Woo!
Well
Yeah.
done.
Burgers and potions.
The Goliath and Squawk, Gigantor and Squawk both also have burgers and drinks with you. All right, well fought, well fought.
And you.
Yay.
How much did we win?
You doubled what you bet, so make note of that in your sheets right now.
And then the pot was 500, right?
Yeah, we'll call that is good to go, because I want to do other things. So there would have been another round, but yeah, you win. Puppet Master and friend.
Zara.
You're welcome.
Son of a bitch.
No, he says Zara and the Puppet Master.
That is better.
There's much cheering. The children, especially, are going dragon, and it's all a good time, reveled by all. You're all up to full health points. You're all good. Spells are back because of the burgers, and you hear over the PA system, "Make way for Lady Piercing Blade."
Oh shit, we are on.
Do we have time to change into our fancy clothes?
Inside the stadium where you had, there's a preparation area. So absolutely, you had left under guard the things you didn't want to bring into battle. You can easily get those back, change however you want to look. Yes.
I'm going to don my fancy dress and my fancy mask.
Yeah, I will put on my fancy clothes and use disguise self to make myself. Should I go with not a tiefling? I feel like there's not a lot of tiefling nobility.
I don't think a lot of people have been reacting to the fact that you're a tiefling, so I really feel like the main thing is people think you're the puppet master if you're a tiefling.
True.
So yeah, I would do that.
All right. I will make myself human. And I'll secure my tail so that it doesn't accidentally hit anybody and nobody trips over it. And
In
I
the
will,
dress, it could kind of wrap around you and be hidden by the dress, and just make
well,
it a little more.
it's not a
goofy.
dress. I got a suit.
Oh, that's right. Because you're a man, and I
Yeah.
keep forgetting
But
that.
I got
right?
a cape.
Right. Does it have
So
a cape?
I'll just have it up under my cape, and I'll give myself a fancy noble mask. And
Describe what the fancy noble mask looks like.
so gold.
Wait, this is. I can see me not being able to describe this, but
Okay, so a big lump of gold on your face? Cool.
No, It's
I think we can
like-
say it's similar to mine. It looks like a more masculine version of mine, and that way it looks like we're a pair.
Yeah,
If you're down for that.
yeah. Probably
Made
with,
out
like,
of
a
gold?
a really pointy gold goatee thing.
Gemstones around the eyes, perhaps.
I don't know if that matches. Sure.
That's kind of what you saw around on the other nobles.
Well, if it matches her, like she's got the
He's got the swirly
galaxy
thing in the
stuff, yeah.
forehead. So you want like maybe some
Yeah.
gemstones to do that?
yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll just look at her and be like, "Now what? I've never actually been noble before."
Now you walk with your back very, very straight and smile at everybody, but like not showing teeth.
Well, they can't see them anyway.
That's true. Fucking masks. But we should go out and look
Yes.
noble. Yes.
Yes.
Are we going to head to that private area?
Well, they were saying make way. Was that coming from outside of the stadium, or were
It
they
was the
coming
magic
into the...
PA system that echoed throughout the entire fair.
Okay, then yes, probably. Right? Yes? Yes?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
I
think
was saying we
that's-
should see her before we
she's-
go into the private section.
Let me make it easy on you. As you exit, you see a woman leading a bunch of other people on a horse that looks very stout, very, rugged. Just by her stature, you can tell that she's very strong. She's leading several people. At best, you can count as about 20 people in various, very sturdy-looking masks made of very hard metals. With your role on masks education earlier, you can see hunters masks, you can see fighters masks, you can see military masks, you can see pages masks, and attendant masks, things like that. There's several carts being drawn behind the lead horses. Their Lady Piercing Blade is in the front, all black armor with a mask that's it looks like polished aluminum, but very fancy as well. But it looks like you can take a hit or two in battle and not be marked whatsoever. There's probably about 10 horses. It looks like her main supporters on that, plus about 3 carriages with pages on them and attendants that are following the troop. They're making their way through the crowds that are just parting out of respect for her, and makes her way to the Royal Hall where she gets off. You guys are still at the stadium.
All right. Yeah, let's make our way over there.
Okay. The carts are taken to the side towards the back. The pages and the attendants are staying with the carts. All the horses that the main followers are on are being held by people at the fair and taken to the stables that they have next the other side of the Royal Hall and being attended to, whereas the people just get off and go directly into the hall. The guards don't even question because they know that that's her, and whoever she's traveling with is free to go in there. After she goes in, the guards close rank and is letting no one in at the moment. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to talk amongst yourselves, and I'll be right back.
So how do we want to go about getting in there?
Yeah, I don't understand why they would close the section off and not let anyone in, since there weren't people watching the fights. But
I was a little worried that would happen. I was hoping we would have time to get in before she showed up.
why though?
I don't know, like getting things prepared and settled down.
And there wasn't like a invitation or anything that we could use sort of as a way of getting through.
No.
Should we just kind of hang out nearby to see if it is just a matter of time and they'll reduce the security?
Or we could just walk up and ask to be let in. Demand, more likely.
Are you waiting for me now?
Well, we haven't quite decided so who all is for going up and insisting to be let in?
I forgot one thing. As Lady Piercing Blade and her group were approaching, all the nobles from inside the house were being escorted out of the house. So it appears that she has the rule of the place by herself. I think that's a big thing to mention because you probably need to know that beforehand.
Yeah.
Then should we go wherever all the nobles are going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see most of them are queuing up to go inside. So there is a line forming of nobles.
That's where we're going to go.
Also, the guard has doubled since you saw it earlier. There's probably something in the neighborhood of 24 well-armed guards outside the front of the royal hall, aligning the steps up into the hall itself. There's not a whole bunch of steps. There's probably like a small staircase, 6 steps or so, but there's guards on both sides, and you have to pass between both sides to get in.
This place is organized like Emerald City Comic Con.
What do they call those guys? Enforcers? Yeah, they all have enforcer t-shirts on over their armor. They're very helpful. They're blue and gold. That's not it. They're all in similar looking armor with the insignia of 3 eel.
Jess and I could go get our work t-shirts that say Career on the back.
Those don't happen very much at Comic-Con, do they?
No. Especially since they're black. So if we wait in line, does anything change? Like, do they start letting people back in?
After about a half an hour, the line starts moving, and the people who were inside are generally in the front because they were escorted right to the line. They had the access pass that lets them skip the line.
Oh.
Like they used to have at Comic-Con but don't have anymore. I missed that badge. Yeah, and they're being fairly scrutinized before they go in, more so than they were before.
I wish she had waited a little while.
I'd say you're probably 20th in line, 20 groups in, that are being scrutinized in line. So a lot of people in front of you, but they're going in groups because entourages travel with the nobility. Once the nobility is cleared, they allow whoever they say is their entourage to come in with them. They don't really clear the entourage as much as they do the nobility. Once the nobility's been cleared, they trust them and they trust their judgment. So after about another half hour, the people in front of you are going.
What does the scrutiny look like? Like, we've watched it happen several times. Do they produce anything, or are they just talking?
There's one man that's in robes that has a ledger, and he's asking their names, their house names, and he's asking questions about the house and where they come from, and he's referencing them in the book itself. So the person before you can hear this because you're all amazingly passive perception-y, is the Lady Quinteth, and she's not traveling with the Lord because he's out doing Lord things. And they ask what the house is. She says it's the house of Cartaneth, and they scrutinize her mask. They look over the ledger. They deem her to be okay, and let her and her entourage pass.
Okay, table talk. Who are you? And so, Zara, you're a noble elf, and do you know of any human nobility?
In this country, no.
No, not in this country, because I doubt we're going to be able to know. I mean, we heard that name. We definitely can't say that we're that. So we don't know any names in this country. So what about being nobility from?
Is the mayor nobility?
So we could be nobility from anywhere. It doesn't mean we'll be on the list.
No, we're not going to be on the list. There's no possible way we can come up with, unless
Yeah.
we walk up, look at the list, and then we don't know if that person's standing right behind us. So,
Although I still do like Jess's idea about pretending to be the mayor of Moss Hollow because we did know his name, but we don't know
Yeah.
if he's here or not.
he wasn't at home. Maybe he was on his way here.
It could be
So
a
I
fun
don't
down
think he would
below.
have the type of mask that you have is the thing, or we have. The jewels
Yeah.
in this style is too grand for mayor.
True.
You guys have time to table talk this if you want to keep going.
So it's possible that people here have heard of certain nobility from home.
Most of them aren't aware that Faerun exists. But to be fair, we have been talking to commoners mostly, and not nobility.
Well, there was
Yes, you
that
haven't
guy that
seen
was
any
the
of these
post
people.
office.
You haven't seen any of these people in the campgrounds, no.
I think it's going to be less tricky to pretend to be somebody that doesn't exist.
Yeah, my only concern about trying to be someone who does or doesn't exist, because yes, I am a noble, so of course I know other nobles' families, but the thing that like I'm worried about is if we say we're a noble from another house, we can't take that back or retcon that in that moment, so we immediately burn that. And also the likelihood that either they're going to know us or Faerun is pretty low. And I say us or Faerun because so far the only other person who's known anything about Faerun was the really, really old postmaster guy.
But if we do say we're somebody from Faerun, whether it's fictional or not, couldn't that be a possible trigger down the road of alerting what's her face that we're here? If people start talking about the people from Faerun, she's gonna want to find out where those people are to determine if they're us.
Possibly.
So can
I
we
mean,
be from
ish, but-
somewhere else? Is there another else besides this and Faerun?
Dungeon Master, do we know that?
What's the specific question? Because I heard a lot of things being tossed around.
Is there another place that we could be from that's not Faerun and not here?
The Underdark.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would require clarifying what the definition of Faerun is, because the other thing is that Naruhito is from another country as well, where he served nobles. So I just can't remember the name of it.
Where are you from, Naruhito?
If you
Oh.
if you look at his character sheet, he's from blank.
Sholung is where I'm from.
And that's not on the continent of Faerun.
It is, as I recall.
Okay.
No,
No, thought it was.
I didn't
Faerun
think so.
is no, it's not. It is east of Faerun.
I vote for that one.
Did you see, Britt?
Yeah. So, hold on. So we have, yes, we have noble houses that we can pull from any number of them. They don't have to be from where we're from. I don't think being from Faerun is going to be enough of a tip-off because there's a shit ton of different places in Faerun. I think if it's from closer to where we're actually from, which is Baldur's Gate area, then that would be more of a tip-off. But that being said, my noble house does a bunch of trade with non-Baldur's Gate areas, so like pick a noble family that you want to be invested in. I only hesitate about using Exandra's noble family because that, like, the only people I can pretend to be is like my younger sister or my mom.
Well, plus, again, we don't want any connection with any of us, any real connection. Which I suppose negates where, saying we're from where Naruhito Bob is from.
Give me just a second. I have a thing.
I'm standing
I look
very
a
straight, by
lot-
the way.
Good. I'm so proud of you.
You're poised.
Yes,
You're carrying it as if you are nobility.
I'm trying real hard.
Does your tail accidentally slip out or anything?
No, I'm doing everything Xander told me to do.
Did you lash it?
Are you smiling
Yeah.
under your mask?
Yes, real big. Everyone.
You have a harness specifically for your tail for these situations.
Maybe. It's like a
Okay.
special belt.
So the prominent families that we could reference are the Pressrath, the Straith, the Emerald, the Nailgrath, and the Shalandala. Shalandalan.
Probably not that one because you're having a hard time with it.
Shalandalan.
That was the one I wanted to go with. The Sylvan Elves. It's like the most ambiguous.
And take yourself out, push the talk, and say it 3 times real fast.
Shalandalan. It's like Duran Duran, so it's gonna be fine. Shalandalan, Shalandalan, Shalandalan. If there was only another A in there.
Shalandalana or Shalana Dalan?
Shalana Dalana. That's what I shall name
Okay.
her. No, so the Shalandalana are Sylvan Elves, the Straith are Moon Elves, Nailgrath are Gold Elves. The Emerald are just a prominent noble family and in Everesca. These are all people from Everesca, just FYI. So who you want to be?
I will go with whatever you back.
So do you move up in line? Is it your turn now?
I really want to do the Shalandalan.
Let's do it.
All right,
I'll kind of duck down and real quick, I'm gonna recast disguise self so that I'm a Sylvan elf instead of a human.
Okay, not noticeable at all. It just, yeah, okay.
They're the same height and everything. It's just
Yeah.
like
look, man. I mean, there's a mask covering her face.
It's like you're next in
Yes,
line.
please.
Wait a second.
We've been having this conversation over the course of an hour. Okay.
Okay.
We already have prepared this, just obviously not now.
Okay, you're up next in line. He goes, hello. And he's talking to you, Puppet Master.
Hello. My lady Shalandalan and I are here for this reception.
I don't recognize your masks.
We are
What?
from Everesca.
Everesca. I'm not familiar with Everesca.
It is very far away. We are trying to establish trade with the people in your land.
Oh, so not of 3 eel.
No.
Wow, very rare.
We're so exotic.
He obviously goes to the man because men, that's just
Rude.
how he
Very
does. Yeah,
rude.
he's being
why I
very
didn't even
courteous,
try.
but that's just his way. What house are you from?
Darling.
But Shalandalan is the
Okay, yes. That's what
You don't know?
No,
we are
sorry,
from the
Shalandalan.
noble trading house of Shalandalan,
Hmm.
from Everesca in Faerun.
He
It is
writes
an
it down.
noble Sylvan Elven house of well repute.
Yes, sorry.
Why do I have an accent
Sylvan
now?
Elven.
I deferred because I wasn't sure if you couldn't understand it because of my accent.
So does she speak for you?
Yes,
Oh,
most of
very
the
well,
time,
very
yes.
well. I understand. And he starts directing it at
Oh shit.
Shalanda. How do you spell Shanaman and Zalanda?
Well, Shalandalan and our native Elven Sylvan is very intricate, but if you were to translate it into your native tongue, it would be Shalandala.
Okay, he writes that down. How did you come to our land?
By boat. Islands, vis-a-vis islands.
This is very treacherous, yes?
Yes, especially near the coastline. Luckily, we have a well-equipped ship and very astute shipmates. Everesca is also on an island, so we are not unfamiliar with this.
Where is your boat docked? In which port?
No,
Wait, is this a sorry, table talk for a second. Is this area seaside or no?
You mean is the fair?
Yeah, like the fair, the city, it's all that stuff. Is that seaside?
If you think of a shape like a kite, but island out, it's not straight lines. The island is vaguely in the shape of a kite, with a longer peninsula down the bottom, and you're almost dead center in the middle of it. So this is not a port town.
Excellent. Was Moss Hollow seaside?
But Moss Hollow
don't
was
think it
just a
was.
little village in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about where we would have figured out a place.
like if we have heard of a port town.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm asking everyone.
I don't think we've heard of a port town.
If those damn kids had told me a story about a port town.
And there was a boat, and it was on the water, and there was in the water there was the Toctopo.
You know,
Well, fuck it. Some of the best lies are based in truth. What part of the island did we wash up on again? Like which direction? Sorry, was it south, southern?
I want to say it was south.
Yeah, I thought it was like southwest.
We docked on the southern part of the island due to a slight miscalculation, but we did travel through Moss Hollow. to get here. It was a longer trip than if we had actually just landed in the northern areas, unfortunately. Why is this of any concern to you?
I must know.
If our ship is not docked here, what does it matter?
Are you going to go touch our ship? This is bad manners.
Jess, make a history check.
Dun dun dun.
Something in the back of your mind is telling you, I think I heard of something in the pamphlet.
Oh shit, hang on. Charin. Is that on this fucking
Oh.
island? Jesus.
I'm not going to fault you for not knowing that. Somehow, magically, that just appeared in there. Ah, Sharin. How much time did you spend there, just out of curiosity?
Not very much. The sea travel took longer than expected, so we had to get here.
There's a little restaurant just on the west side of the port that has the most amazing tea cakes.
Tea cakes. That does sound excellent. Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to cause any trouble, are you?
Of course not.
You're just here to establish trade, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's Lady Piercing Blade and her band. I don't think you can cause much trouble in there. I trust your masks. I have made notations of them. Please feel free to enter.
Woo!
Yay!
Fuck
Discreet
yeah.
high fives all around.
He looks back. I've never seen this custom before. Next, you make your way up the steps, past the guards, who are all looking at you very closely, and you enter a hall where there's like another line to specifically talk to the Lady Piercing Blade, and there's just people around in this great hall where people are talking with each other.
Is there free food?
There's a buffet along the side full of very fancy foods of strawberries and pears and apples and apricots, and I don't have it open, but lots of foods that you haven't seen that grow above ground.
This is the first strawberry I've seen in this country.
No, that's not. I'm sorry, that's not true. You did have a strawberry.
Oh.
Sarah gave you all strawberries at the end, at the last inn you were at. It was very fancy.
Yes. Apricot. It is the first apricot I have seen in
Absolutely.
this country.
And there's corn. You haven't seen corn either. And there's meats and cheeses and wines.
I'm gonna make myself a fancy fruit plate.
You do. You succeed.
I know I do.
Anyone else doing anything?
I would like to take a look around the room and see if if Lady Piercing Blade is currently here. Or
She is,
no.
You see that there's several people in line, not the associates that they're with, just the nobles themselves, leading up through this. What do you call those ropes, like at movie theaters and stuff? One of those velvety ropes that's kind of marking off a section that's a line that leads up to like a raised stage area where Lady Piercing Blade is sitting, and all of her associates are with her, sitting in like a U shape around them, and they're approaching one at a time and talking with her.
Is there a
Can hear you.
convenient?
Oh,
Sorry,
there you are.
I was pressing the wrong button. Is there any way to hear those conversations, like a convenient place that I can lean while I eat my fruit?
It seems like this is made so they can have one-on-one discussions.
How noticeable would it be if Pig flew somewhere nearby?
I think it would be pretty noticeable. It's a pretty big hall, and it's
Not a
speckled
lot of birds.
There are no. In fact, you count 0 birds at this moment.
There's no dimmer switch on Pig that you can kind of like dial him down a bit so he's a little more ethereal and just kind of float away.
No, he doesn't. No dimmer switches. He's just sitting there looking like a raven. I give him some fruit.
You give your raven a fruit.
Yeah,
Where? I'm sorry. Where is your raven?
he's on my shoulder, generally
Okay.
speaking.
I'm sure that Pig would happily snap up the fruit and gobble it down, as if it was a peacock in some lady's front yard.
Did you guys see my? Oh, Jess heard my story. Did you guys, Britt, Drex? Did you see the picture I put on Facebook? Leaving my neighborhood yesterday, there was a peacock on the side of the road.
Wait, an
Chill.
actual real peacock just
Yep.
chilling on the side of the road?
Chilling on the side of the road. You know, when you come up the hill to my house, there's that corner that's a blind corner because of all those tall. Yeah, it was right there. Apparently, he's been there for the week. I passed by her. I stopped at her house today when I left. I was going to inform her in case she didn't know that she had a peacock at her house yesterday, but he's been there all week. And apparently, peacocks, according to a friend Tori, she said they sound like a baby crying. And this lady says a woman screaming in pain is what they sound like.
Delightful creatures.
Yeah.
None of that sounds good.
Did it escape a zoo or something? Or like
Don't know.
I haven't heard of peacocks in this area before. I've been here a long time.
that's
Never heard
pretty
about that
random.
before.
Yeah, I feel like someone's exotic pet got loose.
He wasn't frightened, and somebody else apparently had also gotten really close to him, and he's not frightened of people.
Could have been a zoo peacock too. Who knows?
I
Cool.
feel like those have developed a healthy dislike of children, at least.
Well,
Peacock?
those are usually behind. I mean, you don't go to a petting zoo, a peacock petting zoo. That's not a thing. I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, no, but most of the zoos I've been to, the peacocks aren't in a enclosure. They're just wandering around.
No, the only ones I've seen at zoos usually are in an enclosure. But
Like
yeah.
I've seen nets and stuff that would enclose avians. I don't know. I haven't been to the zoo in a long time.
We should go to the zoo.
Okay, let's bring a peacock with us. Maybe they'll let us in for free. This one's special. It screams like a lady in pain or something.
Apparently, peacocks, when raised like domesticatedly, are pretty much giant fancy chickens in temperament.
I hear
Excellent.
the chickens are awesome pets from one of our viewers.
Agreed. Our neighbors have some. They sound really adorable at 5 a.m.
Nothing sounds adorable at 5 a.m. Nothing. I'm sorry, Jess. Nothing.
Jess is like, I've never been awake for 5 a.m. in my life. How dare you?
Oh, yes, she has. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Has she seen all the hours of the clock?
She has.
How exotic. So you're eating your fruit, you're feeding your bird.
Yeah.
There's people in line.
Everybody else?
Table talk real quick. Is your support
Get me more fruit.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's the question I was going to ask.
Yeah, it was weird that you got your first plate on your own.
I
Yeah,
just
no, I
couldn't
didn't.
wait.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be like, on equal footing here. So
Guys, I fell down a peacock hole.
God damn it.
Apparently, their peafowl is gender neutral. Peacocks are men, and peahens are the females.
The peahen I knew.
Okay.
There are 0 peacocks or peahens in the Great Hall.
Damn it! Damn it!
Let's put the peafowl hole on pause
I'll close the window.
and check out this party.
But chickens, big fancy chickens. So do we want to get in line to talk to her? Is that what we're doing? Or
That's
like,
just in. Gabby says that peacocks are actually biters. Okay, so go.
I wish you told me that before I stopped to talk to it yesterday. It didn't hurt me. Okay, so chances are that the entourage for these two would not be in the line because, what's her face, lady, what's her face doesn't want to meet us. So I'm going to try to position myself like so that I can hear whoever she's talking to.
That's what I was trying. He says it's set up to be very private.
I did say those things.
and are the ones that are going up to talk to her are not taking their entourages with them?
Yeah,
They are
is that-
not.
Okay.
Have
The entourages are staying at the little plates or little tables and having various fruits and meats and cheeses and wine.
Do any of these people have any pets with them? Like, a little, like a,
Peacocks?
yeah, like
Um,
that, but smaller.
Yeah, like one of the ladies has a little dog that she's carrying. There are no real other animals you can see, other than the horses that they've parked outside.
Okay, I lean in to talk to Belocos and say, okay, what should I turn into? And is there any kind of fancy scarf, collar? I could be a dog, I could be a cat.
I forgot to mention there is one person there that has a spectral raven on their shoulder.
Scarf.
Anything to indicate that I'm
Oh.
a fancy person's pet
Oh,
and not just a scrappy one that came from outside.
sure. Yes, I have things. I can tie a little bow around you. It'll be purple, and it will match both of us. It'll be great.
And I
Bellicose
turned
leans
into
over.
wait, and what would you rather what would you like me to turn into?
You turn into a catfish.
Oh dear, that was not one of the options. I don't think.
I don't think she can yet. Oh yeah, you probably
I
could.
Yeah,
can do a
she just
catfish,
can't
I
turn
just
into
can't
a
do
bird. You should turn into one of those naked cats.
Furless cat,
A Persian, got it.
No, naked.
an Egyptian.
Sphinx.
Yeah.
And I
Sphinx
turn
cat.
into a Persian cat.
Persians
You do
are
not
long-haired.
listen very well.
I know.
Wait.
You are not a good servant.
Are you going to
You-
transform right in front of all these people, though?
No, I'm gonna go right behind a curtain and do it.
Because there's
That
a
was
curtain.
a point for me, by the way.
What?
That was a point for me, by the way.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Sorry, I missed it. Yeah, the score is one.
Let the
for
record
Brittany,
show.
One for Jess. You were
I
able
like
to
the idea of
transform into a
bellicose.
Persian cat.
I like the idea of Bellicose just having a pocket full of like fancy cloth and ribbons, little satin ribbons.
Just on
Normally
on your
big,
person,
but
just on you. You got it in your pocket. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Happens
what
to
color-
match exactly the suit you're wearing.
Can you describe the Persian?
I am a very light. My fur goes from at the core a white to at the tips kind of a light gray.
And you have that silly smooshed face.
No, it's not so smushed.
It's
If you're
pretty
pushing,
smushed.
it is.
I have Googled Persian cats and they are all very smushed.
Many much smushy face
You don't
featured.
know
You
what
should
Google
have been-
is.
You should
You-
have
you
been a
have
Sphinx
Googled it?
cat.
You
I
have no
told you.
Google.
I
You
have
have
magic
Google.
Google. I have
Magic
magic
Google?
Google.
You should have been
I-
using this for the history for a very long time. You are very dumb.
What do you think I'm here for?
First search, noble masks. Noble houses. Ports of... No, there's no magic Google.
Very squished. Should have been Sphinx, I told you.
So
Okay, do I
you're,
have my pretty whatever around my neck?
well, you're a Persian cat
suppose
behind
if you-
a curtain.
All right, so I
Come
come and I
back.
throw
You have to
myself
come back.
against your leg.
This
There's,
is not what I asked for. Whose cat is this?
I reach up on the lower part of your leg and I slightly put my claws into your leg.
and they just sweep off of the clothes that you wear now. They don't even, you can't even claw into them.
You see, this is quality,
The
little cat.
betrayal, though. And this is how the fellowship fell apart. This is how it starts right here.
Fine, I'll put a ribbon on it.
Ha!
Are you gonna hold it?
If you like it, then you should have put
Yes.
a ribbon on it.
The little hair comes off and gets on your clothes, but
It-
immediately just swooshes off. It's hair resistant too, apparently.
I will show it to Pig. And I will tell him, this is not what Sphinx cat looks like.
Pig thinks it's
Very incorrect.
so fruit. Okay, pig thinks it's fruit. So does
I'll-
pig attack it?
No.
No, birds and cats are usually the best of friends for a time,
I
depending on
envision,
who you ask. Sorry, go ahead.
I envision Knowledge is taking sitting down in her cat form and just putting up her paw and giving like a middle finger with her paw.
And she's still in my arms.
I think that counts for S2 for you now.
Yes. I turn to Exandra. Look at this cat I snuck in my bag. I hope this is a
Mhm.
cat-friendly party.
When was the raven on your shoulder?
Always.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have summoned it once you got in here.
No, he's generally on my shoulder.
I think that the
You-
guy at the guy checking IDs would have probably said something about it, but I missed it. So okay.
Yeah, I think that would have been a giveaway that you're the only other person here with a spectral raven on your shoulder than the puppet master.
But is that something that people include when they describe the puppet master, or is it the puppets and the horns?
I think it's unique enough of a thing that he's the only person who has it.
Look,
But
other
I
people might
digress.
have birds.
Mm-hmm. Yes, spectral bird.
But he just looks like a. I don't remember where we landed
Well,
on that. I don't know.
apparently nobody's freaked out about it, so they've probably seen it before in some other person.
Convenient.
Nobody's gone.
But either way, you have a cat.
All right, so I actually want to go up around the stage area to try to again eavesdrop.
So you're not holding her.
Yeah,
You're-
are you just like gonna backflip out of?
Yep, like
Okay.
cats do. Totally in character.
Sega, come demonstrate.
So you're just trying to get close to the stage. You're bypassing the ropes and everything, and you're just trying to get up there.
Wandering around, rubbing against people's legs.
I know I haven't made you a character sheet for a house cat. Let's see. It has a +4 to stealth. So make me a D20 +4 stealth check. There's a guard at the front that picks you up and starts going around saying, "Whose cat is this? Whose cat is this?" to various groups.
I start purring really loudly and do cute cat things.
He pets you. He thinks that you're cute, and if he can't find the owner, he's pretty sure that you're going to be his cat.
As soon as
no.
it comes over, I'll say, that is my cat. Was it in...
Please, we ask if you have these animals, the small animals, that you keep them with you and keep them restrained.
Okay.
We can't just have animals running around. Thank you. And he bows graciously and walks back to his post.
You're so much nicer than me. I would have been like, "Oh, Fluffy, there you are, Fluffertino,
comes
Fluffton, Fluffantino."
Flufferbutt.
Fluffy munchkins.
How I've missed
You
you.
will all three be at my house again one day soon.
Fluffy Floofbutt, Floofy Free Floof.
Just saying.
And your point is, you chose to be the Floofy Persian.
Smush face.
Mm-hmm. You could have been regal Sphinx cat. Wearing little
chinchilla.
clothes.
Wrinkled Sphinx cat. Bow.
Well, that didn't work.
You say as you transform in front of everyone again?
And then from the stage erupts a cliffhanger that we'll have to wait until next week
Oh,
to find out about. No, I'm not going to leave it on. And we return your cat. So we're going to end it there for today. Good job on getting your cat back.
And the fruit and
The fruit. Let's
Fruit,
see.
fruit.
Won the battle and got the purse
You
of
made me
money
hungry. Now I'm hungry.
for strawberries and apricots and various meats and cheeses and wine.
Yes.
cheeses and wine. Yeah.
At least it's
I would
not
like-
Pop-Tarts.
I would like to say thank you for everybody for viewing. Thank you, Anonymous. I really appreciate the generous donation. That means a lot to us, especially right about now. Thank you for the bits, Mr. X. Thanks for being an awesome mod, Gabby. We really appreciate your support. Thanks for coming out, and we will see you guys next week.